This lesson is on the perimeter and area of squares and rectangles. I want you to think of grass covering a fenced yard. The fence is the perimeter, the outline. The grass is the area inside the outline. The perimeter of a figure is the length of the outline of that figure. The sum of the lengths of all sides of a figure is the perimeter. Perimeter is one-dimensional. Perimeter is a distance measurement. For example, inches, feet, yards, miles, meters, blocks. Let's find the perimeter of these three figures. This is a square. It has a side length of 3 units, whatever the units are. That means every side is 3 units long. That's the definition of a square. All sides are the same length and the interior angles are 90 degrees. So to find the perimeter of this square, it's 4 times the length of a side. 4 times s is 12. So the perimeter is 12, whatever the units are. This is a rectangle. The perimeter is 2 times the length, because we have 2 of these, and 2 times the width. Perimeter is 2 times length plus 2 times width. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. The perimeter of this rectangle is 16, whatever the units are. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 3 is 13, plus 3 is 16. Now I've added this figure because this is a parallelogram. Both of these are simply types of parallelograms. They are parallelograms that have 90-degree angles in all corners. So you figure out the perimeter of a parallelogram the same way you figure out the perimeter of a rectangle. 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 4 is 8. 12 plus 8 is 20, whatever the units are. The area of a square is the length of a side squared. Area equals s squared. The area of a rectangle is the length times the width. Area equals length times width. Area is 2-dimensional. For example, inches squared, feet squared, yards squared, miles squared, meters squared, blocks squared. I want you to think of grass covering a fenced yard. The fence is the perimeter, the grass is the area. Let's find the area of these figures. Let's start with the square. The area of a square is the length of a side squared. So the length of the side is 3. 3 squared is 9. The area of this square is 9 units squared, whatever the units are. Let's look at the rectangle. Area equals length times width. The length is 5, the width is 3. 5 times 3 is 15, whatever the units are, squared. Let's look at the area of this parallelogram. The area is length times width. 6 times 4 is 24, whatever the units are, squared. Now let me show you something. You could have done the same thing, length times width, for a square. It just so happens the length and the width are the same thing. I don't need to memorize a new equation. It's length times width. A square is a rectangle that has all sides of equal length. A square is a parallelogram with 90-degree interior angles and all sides of equal length. I can use this same equation for the square. It just so happens that the length and the width are the exact same numbers. Another way to look at this is when you're finding area, you're multiplying adjacent sides. This side times this side. This side times this side. This side times this side. Adjacent sides are sides that touch. So you choose any two sides that touch and multiply them to find the area of a square, a rectangle, or a parallelogram. And likewise, I could use this same equation to find the perimeter of a square. 2 times the length and 2 times the width. It just so happens that the length and the width are the same amount. I hope this lesson was helpful. Please leave a comment. Your comments help me improve the quality of these videos. Have a great day. No more math blues.